Now on Coast TV News.
Country music star Jimmy Allen reaches an agreement with one of the women who accused him of sexual assault, where his other legal cases stand, and what just happened in court. A citizenship celebration, how many people in the area became U.S. citizens over the last year.
You now have less time to fight back against parking tickets here in Rehoboth Beach. The new parking rules put forward by the city.
A debate about crime in schools, how the Worcester County Board of Education is reacting to law enforcement's efforts to increase school safety.
Transitional winds and some rain pushing across the peninsula for right now, but rain isn't expected all weekend long.
This is Coast TV News at 11.
The time to appeal parking tickets in Rehoboth Beach slashed significantly. Good evening. I'm Mallory Metzner. Charlie Sakaitis has the night off. Welcome to our news at 11. We begin tonight with a big change for parking in Rehoboth Beach. Before, the window to file an appeal for a parking ticket was 30 days, but after a vote this afternoon, it's down to 7 days. Coast TV's Charles Reinert shows us why some people say it's simply not enough time.
A busy day in Rehoboth Beach is sure to see its fair share of parking tickets. But now, the time to appeal any parking tickets has been cut short.
It might take me more than 7 days to appeal it.
Rehoboth Beach City Commissioners unanimously passed a resolution to shorten the parking ticket appeal window from 30 days to 7 days. The recommendation came from the city's parking department. Dirk Moore doesn't think the change would impact drivers that much.
I'm not sure that it makes much of a difference because most people who are tourists coming here are only here for 7 days. And so if they're going to appeal it, they're going to do it within that time period.
According to the resolution, the idea was made to, quote, help alleviate the administrative burden associated with parking citation appeals and to align the city of Rehoboth Beach's practices with those of other municipalities. But Perry Laura thinks it will only prove to be a headache.
7 days is too quick. I think some people aren't even home yet or even realize it.
In the commissioners' March 15th meeting, commissioners said that the change will be revisited at the end of the next summer to review how this change fared in its first year. This parking change goes into effect immediately. I'm Charles Reiner in Rehoboth Beach, Coast TV News.
And that brings us to our Coast TV poll tonight. We want to know what you think about Rehoboth Beach shrinking its time frame to appeal parking tickets. Let's take a look at the updated results on your screen right here. 72% now say it's too restrictive. That number's just been going up all night long. 14% think it's unfair to tourists. 14% also think it's a necessary change. If you haven't voted yet, you still can at coasttv.com or on our news app. And now let's take a live look outside into Ocean City as we check on the weather tonight. I've been hearing the rain coming down on our rooftop here in Milton. Our First Alert Chief Meteorologist, Paul Williams, joins us now with a look at the weather. Good evening, Paul.
Good evening to you, Mallory. And listen, we have the last remnants of the rain that's starting to make its way across the state for right now. I'm going to show you the radar here in just a moment. Our Orsted camera in western OC right now is holding at 59 degrees with the winds now shifting directions. Now coming out of the northeast at 4 miles per hour. Now we're going to drop down to 54 by 2 o'clock and then 53 by 3 o'clock. But you'll notice that we're going to get rid of the rain. So we're not looking for the precipitation to stick around. We got up to 75 for the high in Georgetown, 79 actually in Ocean City. But let's take a look at the radar. This is really the big story. We see this rain has been pulling across pretty steadily. We've been dealing with spitting showers, heavy drizzle, light rain for the most part. And this looks like the last of the remnants that we're going to be dealing with because the cold front has already pushed through. So we have what's called some post-frontal rain, which typically is a lot weaker and a lot cooler. Coming up, we're going to be talking about, do we have this as a concern for our entire holiday weekend? That's the question I'll answer next, Mallory.
Paul. And for more weather updates, be sure to pull out your phones and scan the QR code for our First Alert weather app. You can download this app for free and you'll get all the weather updates you need. New tonight, La Esperanza held its second annual citizenship celebration this evening at Del Tech in Georgetown. The nonprofit organization celebrated the journey and accomplishments of the 57 new U.S. citizens they were able to assist this year. This is the first time they have seen this many new citizens in 1 year over the last decade. Gretel Gonzalez is a Peruvian-American who arrived in the U.S. in 2009, then shared with Coast TV News the significance of this moment.
It means a lot to me. Like, like I said before, my mom sacrificed everything for me. So this opportunity for me is something huge, and I just hope I'm able to give back to the community one day. So I'm very happy.
La Esperanza is expanding its services to continue helping more families for years to come. New at 11, the debate continues over safety in Worcester County schools. The Worcester County Sheriff's Office and Worcester County State's Attorney announced on Thursday they've reached out to the Maryland Center for School Safety for help with tackling safety concerns in Worcester schools. The center provides training and support for schools throughout Maryland. The Sheriff's Office says it's disappointed the Board of Education invited the sheriff to a meeting about crime in schools, but left out the state's attorney.
The Board of Ed apparently not only wants to limit the information we are providing to the public about the crime in our schools, but now they have also chosen not to extend an invitation to our state's attorney. I am hoping that this was an unfortunate oversight.
If school officials are going to continue to fight law enforcement and intentionally use words like bullying as a way to justify not reporting these crimes to the SRDs, we are going to continue to have serious problems with safety in our schools.
In response, and what the Worcester County Board of Education says is its final public statement on this matter, it says the schools will continue to work collaboratively with the school deputies to ensure the safety of students and staff, saying, quote, "Our school system has a robust team approach to safety and discipline, which includes a retired school deputy, as well as our chief safety and academic officer." In other news, Jimmy Allen's former manager has dismissed her lawsuit against the country singer. Jane Doe 1 previously claimed Allen sexually assaulted her. The woman's attorney said Allen then the woman reached a, quote, mutual accord, and Allen is dropping his countersuit as well. Another woman, Jane Doe 2, is still suing Allen. She alleges Allen filmed her during sex without her knowledge and sexual assault. Allen has denied all charges. An attorney for both Jane Does declined to comment further today, saying only, quote, "The decision reflects only that both parties desire to move past litigation," end quote. The attorney goes on to say Jane Doe 1 will continue to pursue her claims against the music management firm that employed her as Allen's manager. As for that second lawsuit, that still exists. Jane Doe 2 says it all began May of last year. She says she met Allen on a plane and claimed he told her he was separated from his wife, and they began a long-distance relationship. The woman says on a trip to Jimmy Allen's performance in Vegas, they had sex, but he refused to stop and filmed it without her consent. Allen countersued her after this suit, claiming everything was consensual. He denied all claims against him, saying her story was defaming him. Again, this lawsuit is still in court. If you're boating in Ocean City, slow down. Right whales were detected east of OC. The 10-knot slow zone is in effect until March 29th. Chincoteague is a little bit safer. The fire company says it has a new ambulance. You can see it in that photo there. And March is March for the Arts in Delaware. That's according to a new resolution by lawmakers that observes the critical role arts play in education. Good news for pet owners now. The Rehoboth Beach Animal Hospital says in response to a growing demand for immediate care, urgent care services will be extended for your four-legged friends. Starting this coming Monday, urgent care services will now be available Monday through Friday. Pets can be treated from 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Monday through Thursday. On Fridays, the hospital can treat animals until 4:30 p.m. Services will be open to clients and non-clients. However, for appointments, you must call the hospital as walk-ins are not accepted. While the beloved Slam Dunk to the Beach tournament will not be returning this year, the commission says it competes with other tournaments in the country for top talent, and it's a tough competition as high school teams are only allowed to play a certain number of games in season. So it was proving to be too expensive. Even though the commission itself is financially okay, the commission says this decision was not an easy one since it knows how much the community loves the tournament.
Why you do this, is about giving people a great memory. And I was really proud of being able to deliver that for people. And like I said, it's tough for us because, again, I know a lot of people look forward to it every year. I always remember hearing, I got my...
Organizers say they wanted to pause while the tournament was still operating at a high level rather than lowering standards. They hope to be back in the future, but do not have a target date yet. In a win for former President Trump, a New York judge has ruled to postpone the hush money trial until mid-April. Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg supported the decision to delay the trial for at least 30 days, while Trump's legal team was asking for 90 days. Bragg attributed the delay to the Southern District of New York supplying over 100,000 pages of discovery just 10 days before the trial. Trump is facing 34 counts of falsifying business records tied to hush money payments to an adult film star during his 2016 campaign. Meanwhile, another judge ruled today that Fulton County, Georgia District Attorney Fani Willis can stay on the election interference case against former President Trump and his allies, but only if she removes the special prosecutor with whom she engaged in a romantic relationship. In response to the ruling, Nathan Wades resigned this afternoon. Willis denies the claims. We are thrilled to announce that CoastTV has a brand new Facebook page for the latest in news, exclusive content, and interactive discussions. Make sure to visit and follow our new page. Just head over to facebook.com/CoastTVNBC or scan the QR code on your screen to stay connected with us. And we have a lot more to get to on your Friday night, Delmarva, St. Patrick's Day, and opening weekend. The communities that are turning green and what else is opening for the season. Your cool things to do is just ahead.
And temperatures are tumbling this weekend. We'll have the twisted tale of the weather forecast coming up in a moment.
First, fighting against coastal flooding, when you can learn about evolving flood risks at an upcoming webinar and what's projected for coastal areas across the country. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Thank you for calling Coastal Comfort.
This is a complimentary call. A couple of years ago, I had my heat pumps replaced. Last night, I noticed one of them wasn't working right. Somebody was out here within a couple of hours, and it's working perfectly. I was in the service industry for 33 years. Good service is something you can't find today. It very much is appreciated. Your crew is a good crew. Really fine people are professional and they're efficient.
Coastal Comfort, a Carrier factory authorized dealer. Carrier, turn to the experts.
There is pain when I play. There's pain, just pain deep-seated in the base of my thumb. It would actually stiffen up while I would try to play. So I knew I needed to do something. Went to see Dr. Singh. He's wonderful the way he deals with you. He gets to know you on a personal basis, and his whole staff is like that. I'm back to doing everything I was doing. I choose to use Bay Health for everything.
This is Coast TV News at 11.
Coastal flooding is not new on the coast. This is why the Lewis Public Library is hosting an event on flood preparedness. The meeting will be online and at the library. Experts will debunk common myths about flood insurance and risk. They'll teach people about the evolving flood risks and show them safety measures in case of future flooding events. It's happening April 3rd and 9th at 9 a.m. In just 15 years, flooding along our coasts is projected to happen up to 3 times as often as it does today. Virginia and Maryland can suffer more than a combined $100 million in damage every year. For the first time, national climate reporter Chase Kane shows us how NOAA is working to improve their coastal flood predictions to help communities prepare.
A lot of people had to move out across the street right there because their houses were damaged.
Americans on every coast are living the reality of sea level rise. In Charleston, the ocean can spill onto streets 10, 15 days a year. And in just 15 years, NOAA projects that will triple 45 days every year.
We don't know how you survive that. So we have to prepare for and plan for our infrastructure to be able to manage that. And it's expensive, it takes long planning and long vision, and it's also disruptive. But if we don't do it, are we giving up on Charleston?
Charleston has a $1 billion project underway to raise seawalls and reroute floodwater. And short-term, many cities like Charleston rely on sandbags and mobile pumps when they expect flooding. But what about when it's unexpected?
It's hard to predict flood days, right?
Greg Dusick is one of the scientists at NOAA working to better predict high tide flooding. Because right now, on average, those flood days are only correctly predicted 35% of the time. Weather is one factor, and another is that big stretches of the U.S. coast, sometimes hundreds of miles, don't have a tide gauge.
We're going from covering multiple states in an entire region, down to talking about specific communities, and then eventually down to, every quarter mile along shore having a specific flood prediction for that location.
Known as CORA, NOAA's Coastal Ocean Reanalysis will fill in the gaps with hyper-local data, better predicting all the ways sea level rise impacts our coasts.
Here in California, storms, high tides, and rising seas can wash the land out from underneath roads, train tracks, and people's homes.
Which happened up and down California's coast during this winter's storms, given a boost by sea levels creeping higher and increasing the importance of NOAA's work.
So we'll be able to provide more information to underserved communities that don't have a tide station. And they also don't have the resources necessarily to do all of this research themselves. So they really rely on NOAA as an authoritative data source.
They've already begun testing CORA's flood forecasts on the Atlantic and Gulf coasts, and if all goes well, they hope they can roll that out nationally in the next 3 or 4 years. And that will be good timing, because every year that goes by, sea level rise is accelerating. In Santa Cruz, California, I'm National Climate Reporter Chase Kane.
And a little bit closer to home, we've been having an increased amount of concerns for coastal flood advisories that have been issued in our area. They are directly connected to the tidal waves and the tides coming in throughout the afternoon and throughout the late night hours. And along with the additional water, we're dealing with a problem because we're seeing a great deal of beach erosion that's also adding to the problems there. And then salt water on our land is causing some ravaging effects on some of our farmers. So yes, this is a big time, serious concern. But let's take a look at something a little more positive. Hey, how about the weekend? How's it looking? Well, our Hershey's exterior, we're looking at temperatures staying in the 50s, dropping down to 53, and we'll have a few sprinkles left over in Ocean City, but we're talking about very light sprinkles, not enough to stop you from, let's say, if you want to get an early jump on your St. Patty's Day celebrations for tonight. Ocean City and Tyndall's Casual Furniture, we're at 57 degrees, and we're going to drop to 55 by 1 o'clock, 53 by 3 o'clock, still a few sprinkles. Now, if you still need the forecast, if you're out and about, and you need to call in and see what's going on, listen, call our number at 443-880-9100. Sponsored by Baird, Mandela, Brockstead, and Federico. So here's the latest look at the rain. Now, the front is already pushed through. That's this big blue line in case you wonder what's that, right? But anyway, this is post-frontal rain right now. And post-frontal rain is typically just the leftovers. It's kind of like after you scrape your plate after you finish eating the real meal. Well, the real meal of rain typically is ahead of the front, not necessarily behind it. But we have such an abundance of moisture and a great deal of heat or warmth that's been put in place, unusually warm for this time of the year. Now, we're just kind of finishing off the last on the plate, so to speak, with this frontal boundary, and it's going to fall to the south. I don't expect that rain to stick around for no longer than maybe an hour and a half more. That's probably about it. Then we're done. We're in the 60s right now, which is still above the norm for this time of the year. So we're 4 degrees warmer in Salisbury, 8 degrees warmer in Wallops Island than we were 24 hours ago. You see with our forecasting maps how the green and the yellows and what tiny hint of red move quickly out of the way, because by 6:30 Saturday, we're looking at things to really stay very much on the positive side. As far as leftover rain to forecast, maybe 1/100th or 2/100th of an inch of rain. That's barely measurable. Temperatures in the 40s for Saturday morning. Then we go into near 60 for Saturday afternoon. No clouds, no rain. Sunday, we have the winds coming out of the south. We start off at 50, and then we'll rotate that up to, let's say, maybe even the mid-60s, actually. Once again, we were initially concerned about rain on St. Patty's Day. Now it's just going to be really cloudy. Here's a look at what's happening along the beach. For Chincoteague and Assateague, we'll go from 59 down to 53. Ocean City, 60 on Sunday, 50 on Monday. And in Rehoboth, Saturday 57, Sunday 62. Then we're back to 50 degrees on Monday. Here's a look at your Paul Davis Restoration Home Remodel Extended Forecast. The irony of this whole thing is this. Tuesday, spring day, we're going to go back to feeling like winter.
Several big community celebrations are planned along the coast. It's not just about wearing green and finding that four-leaf clover. Some towns take this as their cue to get ready for the unofficial start to the bustling on season. Sounds of Ireland will fill the streets of Ocean City on Saturday. The St. Patrick's Day Parade is back. The Delmarva Irish American Club says it's been able to donate over $550,000 to scholarships and other charities from parade proceeds over the years. The parade marches down Coastal Highway starting at noon from 59th to 45th Street. An unofficial season kickoff in Dewey Beach raises money for the Rehoboth Beach Volunteer Fire Company. The Starboard is extending its St. Patrick's Day weekend party into its parking lot. Those who donate will get a VIP card in return to use it to get into the bar and restaurant faster on busy summer nights. The theme continues in Georgetown. Grab your Lucky Charm and head out to the Chamber of Commerce's block party. This year, it's at Revelation Craft Brewery on Bedford Street. Organizers say you can expect vendors, a bake-off, kids' activities, photo booth, and more. It runs from noon to 4 Saturday. The Brandywine Valley SPCA will have adoptable pets present at this event. Downtown Milford Inc. is toasting the city with its annual St. Patrick's Day pub crawl. It runs from 5 to 11 p.m. Saturday as a way to bring together local shops, pubs, and restaurants via bracelet through the organization to access deals. It's a dual celebration in Millsboro on Saturday. American Legion Post 28 is celebrating its 41st birthday and will have an Irish menu for St. Patrick's Day. In Chincoteague, search for shamrocks at businesses around the island. Cross the finish line by 5 p.m. Saturday for a chance to win prizes. A different holiday is taking over the theme of one event. Nonprofit Unity Perspectives is hosting an Easter extravaganza. Hunt down eggs on the Milford Middle School field starting at 11 a.m. Saturday. Organizers say kids 12 and under need to have an adult with them. Get your groove on. Rehoboth in Bloom's annual dance party is at the Convention Center Friday night. It's a fundraiser for the organization that plants flowers to beautify the city. Spring into opening weekend at the Delaware Botanic Gardens. Guided tours are back Thursdays through Sundays. And Ocean Pines Restaurant Week runs through Saturday. Don't forget to check your favorite places to see if there's corned beef and cabbage, shepherd's pie, and Irish stew on their menus. You can read more about all of these cool things to do on CoastTV.com.
Here at North Bay Marina, we know that boaters have the most fun.
Let the steam rise like the majestic Mount Fuji, unveiling a new ramen restaurant in Salisbury. The Fuji Ramen House is an adventure with each tantalizing bite. Enjoy your experience in a cozy Japanese-themed setting and indulge in mouth-watering appetizers, rice bowls, curry, and of course, our ramen. Handcrafted noodles simmering in a delicious broth with your choice of toppings. Elevate your taste to new heights and savor the umami flavors of authentic ramen at Fuji Ramen House, located behind East Moon.
This is MJ Laughlin with IG Burton Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. The Jeep Celebration event is the perfect time to get into a new Jeep Wrangler with payments starting at just $389 per month with only $1,000 down payment. Or the Jeep Compass for just $299 per month. Plus, we have discounts up to $28,000 off Ram trucks or save up to $17,000 off Jeep Grand Cherokees. We have Gladiators starting under $38,000. Stop by IG Burton Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram today in Melfort, Smyrna, Newark, or Berlin. Nobody beats a Burton deal. Nobody.
Monday at 4 on Coast Life. Explore the touching efforts of the Sussex County nonprofit helping parents facing cancer create lasting legacies for their children. Plus, brighten your day with a laugh in our Joke Jar segment. Coast Life, Monday at 4 on Coast TV.
You probably wouldn't know David Trone grew up on a struggling farm, cleaning hog pens and trudging to an outhouse in winter, till the farm was lost to the bank and David started a business to support his family. Then again, when you see all the bills David's passed to help struggling working families, maybe you would. David will keep fighting to give everyone a fair shake, refusing to take a nickel from PACs and lobbyists who wield such an unfair influence. Unlike most politicians, David only answers to you.
I'm David Trone, and I approve this message.
Get live satellite and radar. Download the free Coast TV First Alert weather app. Sponsored by Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling.
In sports, it's time to survive or go home for our local team with big dreams. Delaware State University is just one game away from going to the biggest stage. The Delmarva Sports Network's Kayla Santiago is out at Norfolk Scope Arena to see what the Hornets are up to. Kayla, how is Del State shaping up against the Eagles?
Do you get deja vu when you watch the Hornets? Back-to-back nights they played spoiler and by the same score, 71-58. And for the first time since 2005, Delaware State University is headed to the MEAC Conference Championship. This team has defied all odds so far, and they continue to shock the conference. What a year, what a run it has been for this team in the Delaware State Hornets. You look at their leading scorers in this game. Rookie of the year for the MEAC Conference, Steve Wilk Tavares, 20 points in this contest. He had a phenomenal game here tonight. Javen Munez with 16 right behind him. Martez Robinson with 12 points as well. But how about the rookie? Back-to-back nights, you look at this and you say, okay, well, last night it was 29 points. He led all scorers, and tonight it's a team high with 20 points. He has been leading this team just as a rookie. He deserves MEAC of the year, and once again they are trying to get to the finals and win the finals against Howard tomorrow. If this is a dream, don't wake me up. What a run it has been, but Delaware State University wants to continue the Silorenda story. Tomorrow, 1 p.m., Del State, Howard. We will have all the updates on the Delmarva Sports Network. Live at the MEAC tournament for DSN, I'm Kayla Santiago.
Thank you, Kayla. If you have old electronics or waste you need to get rid of, you can do that in Fenwick Island. The town will be collecting household hazardous waste like chemicals. Electronics recycling will also be offered, like for old TVs or computers. If you have lots of paper to get rid of, you're in luck. People can bring up to 2 boxes of paper for shredding for free. Collection will last from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Saturday, March 23rd. Coming up, the Ocean City St. Patrick's Day Parade is right around the corner. What people are doing before the big day.
Welcome to Beach Barrels. No matter where you're from, you're always a local at Beach Barrels in North Ocean City. Enjoy great times and great vibes at our unique bar. Try our award-winning Primo Hoagies that are made fresh to order. Cheer on your favorite sports team on our numerous big screens. Our live music scene is out of this world, hosting the area's best local and regional acts. Come in, grab a seat, or enjoy our brand new outside deck featuring beautiful palm trees, comfy seating with a tropical vibe. We're open every day from 10 a.m. till 2 a.m. See you at Beach Barrels, 133rd and Coastal Highway.
Right now, it's your choice during the Subaru A Lot to Love event going on at Gateway Subaru. Choose what fits your lifestyle and budget. Choose to lease a new 2024 Subaru Forester for only $299 a month, or take advantage of financing rates as low as 0.9%. Choose to lease a new 2024 Subaru Outback for only $299 a month, or take advantage of financing rates as low as 1.9%. Gateway Subaru, where every choice leads to a new adventure. Love, it's what makes a Subaru a Gateway Subaru. Higher standards.
Delaware Electric Cooperative is committed to improving the lives of young Delawareans. We're excited to teach elementary students how to be safe around electricity. We're proud to offer scholarships to students looking to further their education. The Co-op's annual summer youth tour gives high schoolers the chance to learn about cooperatives with hundreds of other peers from across the country. And we provide real-world experience to college students through our summer internship program. Young Delawareans are our future, and our co-op is proud to help them achieve their goals.
Here for this nonsense? Let's just stop and rest. Oh wait, look, there's Hank. Hey Hank! I wish I had a Hank like that.
Girl, I wish I had a house like that.
I heard he has a screened-in back porch.
Nah, I heard he has a courtyard.
You know he has a dog washing station in his house?
We should definitely invite ourselves over.
Right? We do need a spa day.
Yes, spa day.
Yeah, I say mani-pedi. Look at my nails. I've been digging in flower beds all day.
The world's #1 selling farm tractor. Easy to operate and more powerful than your average tractor. Mahindra tractors. Push more, pull more, lift more. With more torque and lower engine maintenance, Mahindra tractors are rugged and tough. We know how much you love your land, so we want you to love your tractor. Get your next Mahindra tractor today. Southern States of Milford, improving farming and improving life. Rooted since 1948.
The St. Patrick's Day Parade is taking over Ocean City tomorrow. The parade runs from 57th to 45th Street. The festivities go from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. During that time, you can expect festive floats, pipe and drum bands, and more. People are also glad to see that the weather is looking to be clear skies.
Beautiful weather this weekend. Beautiful weather.
We've been down here when it has snowed, when it's been cold, when it's rained, you know, so it's a great weekend for it.
If you're planning on enjoying the parade this weekend, you can get there via public transit. The town of Ocean City has launched a new app called OCMD Beach Bus. It allows you to track real-time information of the Coastal Highway Beach Bus, as well as the West Ocean City park and ride routes. You can download this app on your Android or iPhone to keep track of all the buses this festive weekend. And to keep the St. Patrick's Day festivities in Ocean City going, the Surfrider Foundation Ocean City chapter is hosting a beach cleanup. The cleanup will take place Sunday from 10 to noon at the Ocean City Inlet. Organizers are telling people to meet at the corner of the parking lot that's closest to the rides and fishing pier. In entertainment news, Reddit announced today the Federal Trade Commission is looking into the plans to license its platform content to artificial intelligence companies. It will be the first social media platform to go public in years. Reddit says it does not believe it has violated U.S. consumer protection laws. The company has a deal worth a reported $60 million per year to share its platform data with Google in order to train the tech giant's AI models. Still ahead, celebrating the luck of the Irish, the freebies you could score at one popular donut chain. Stay tuned. This is Coast TV News at 11.
Any slow sipper knows you'll enjoy your drink from McDonald's longer than anyone else.
Conquer your cravings with $1.49 any size lemonade or sweet tea with our classic fries. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Cash or charge?
Charge.
Heads up! Heads up! Get back! Get back! Sorry, game time. Like that. Get back! Get back! You don't know me like that! Geek, geek, whoop, whoop. I ain't playing around. Make one false move, I take you down. Get back! Get back! You don't know me like that. Get back! Get back! You don't know me like that.
Get 2.9% financing for 72 months or get $2,000 in MAC cash on the 2023 Nissan Rogue.
When you visit the Delmarva Design Center, you'll experience a selection of appliances, cabinetry, countertops, tile, and flooring all together in one showroom. The 10,000 square foot location has a variety of inspiring samples for any project size or budget. Your dedicated product experts and designers collaborate to bring your dream project to life. Come and see what the kitchen industry buzz is all about. Experience the Delmarva Design Center in Selbyville, Delaware, serving all of Delmarva's coast.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota. Imagine all the slopes you'll conquer.
Sick.
Imagine all the sights you'll see.
Wow.
Whoa! Okay, how about you imagine dropping me off?
Right now, get a full-size Tundra with 1.99% APR or take up to $1,000 cash back from Toyota. Or check out an all-new redesigned Tacoma.
Ready, set, go get your Toyota today.
Toyota, let's go places.
Brace yourself. Get ready. Because Johnny Janosic is taking savings to a whole new level. Up to 70% off store-wide. It's the final days of the warehouse clearance sale. Get high-quality furniture and mattresses at the lowest possible prices. Plus 0% APR financing for 4 years. Save on floor samples, discontinued items, one-of-a-kinds, and more. Now you're ready to save. But the in-store warehouse clearance sale ends Monday at Johnny Janosic.
The hot, crispy filet o fish. You either love it or you haven't tried it yet.
Catch the classic you love. 2 flaky wild-caught Filet-O-Fish sandwiches for just $6.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
If you're wearing green like I am, Krispy Kreme will give you a free original donut with green glaze. This deal is good both Saturday and Sunday at participating locations. But Paul can't wear green right now.
I can't wear green at all or I'll turn invisible. So there we have it. Our winner, who's going to win, is Claire McDermott. Congratulations to you, Claire. And this is courtesy of Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling in Lewis. And not only that, but hey, Even the folks in Bay Health are winning because, hey, it's clearing out nicely for us, although we have this last little bit of rain that's over Milton at this present time. In Milton, we're at 55 degrees. Winds are pushing out to the north at 9 miles per hour. We'll fall into the lower 50s by 3 o'clock. The rain should come to an end by then. Here's the latest look at the rain. Post-frontal rain is going to begin to push its way on towards the southeast, so it's going to stick around for another hour and a half. Here's a look at your exclusive 10-day forecast, and it includes colder weather by the time we get to the first day of spring.
Thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 11. For more news and local weather, download the Coast TV News app. The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon is up next. We'll see you tomorrow for Coast TV News at 11 p.m. Have a great night.